start all over again. I've got fire water right on my breath, and the doctor warned me I might catch a death. He said you can make it in your disguise, just never show the fear that's in your eyes. See the man with the stage fright, just standing up there to give it all his might. He got caught in the spotlight, but when we get to the end, he wants to start all over again. Now if he says that he's afraid, take him at his word. And for the price that the poor boy has paid, he gets to sing just like a bird. Your brow is sweating and your mouth gets dry. Fancy people go drifting by. Moment of truth is right at hand. Just one more nightmare you can stand. See the man with the stage fright, just standing up there to give it all his might. He got caught in the spotlight, but when we get to the end, he wants to start all over again. You wanna try it once again. Please don't make him stop. Let him take it from the top. Let him start all over again.
Yes, you're listening to Church Tunes.
There's a painting on the wall, Boston Harbor I recall in the springtime. And there's a man who walks along with his head hanging low, and I only wonder, yeah, I wonder where he's going to. There's a meadow on the hill, and if he's got some time to kill, I'm sure he'll go there. Yeah, will he see what's waiting for him? Through the meadow I see rain falling, darkened skies, where can I hide from them? Through the meadow I can hear you calling me.
Good morning, everyone. If we can have a seat, we'll get the show underway. Good morning. My name is Ted Andrews, and I'll be the MC this morning. We traditionally open the meeting by drawing attention to our 5 core values, which you can see back here on the poster. And this morning I'd like to highlight human hands solve human problems. And I interpret that as meaning in God we do not trust. And I say that because we really can't trust on God to feed hungry people, and we can't really trust on God to provide books to needy children. And yet those are things that Houston Oasis human hands do solve on a regular basis, and I'm proud of them for that. We've got a good show for you today. Music-wise, we've got Nicole Quinn, who hasn't been here for a few months, and we're glad to have her back. She has the nickname of the Songbird for her voice. And for a speaker, he needs no introduction. He's a longtime Houston Oasian, Mr. Jeff Leppart. And Jeff, I always love Jeff's talks. He has typically a very personal view on things, and it's always very interesting. Jeff spent 22 years teaching in the Houston prison system, not the Texas prison system, excuse me. So it should be very interesting what he has to say there. So let's kick off there with a couple of songs from our musician, Nicole Quinn.
Hey guys, I'm so excited to be back here with you today. Thanks for having me. All right. So this was a last-minute booking. I think I might be filling in for someone. So I have one new song to share with you guys. But, sorry, working on this here. Oh, it's this one. Okay, there we go. Much better, yes? Okay. Everybody doing okay, yeah? Awesome. I'm gonna start with this Patty Griffin song. I really liked what you said about the principle of helping hands, helping humans, and Patty Griffin wrote this song about Martin Luther King's big speech. It's a really beautiful song. I'm sorry, y'all. I just need to tune up a little bit. This Houston humidity. I just tuned up, but. All right, that's better. I went up to the mountain because you asked me to. Up over the clouds to where the sky was blue. I could see all around me, everywhere. I could see all around me, everywhere. Sometimes I feel like I've never been nothing but tired, and I'll be walking till the day I expire. Sometimes I lay down. What more can I do? Then I go on again because you asked me to. Sometimes I lay down. What more can I do? Then I go This tuning is killing me here. I swear, as I drove into Houston this morning from Austin, the first week I lived in Austin, I lost my voice for 3 weeks. Like within 3 days, it was just so dry, and I've kind of adapted to it. But man, I drove in this morning and was like, oh, I can breathe. My throat feels great. So it might be a little hot, y'all, but there. There we go. Okay, much better. I'm gonna do kind of a funny one here, little tongue-in-cheek. Sorry, I have notes in here. I can't remember all the things that I do, so here we go. All of the zombies walking around LA, making our city our stage, gives us our pleasure and cuts it with pain. God must be doing cocaine. Everyone's changing their body and face, don't like the way they were made. So many prayers, how does he stay awake? God must be doing cocaine. Can anyone really blame him? He probably needs an escape. Looking down at his creation, thinking we've thrown it away. Robots are learning and we can't keep pace. It feels like we'll all be replaced. Gets wild ideas when he stays up late. God must be doing cocaine. Can anyone really blame him? He probably needs an escape. Looking down at his creation and thinking we've thrown it away. Ooh, ooh, I drove my brothers to school yesterday. Who's gonna make sure they're safe? Feels like sometime he goes missing for days. God must be doing cocaine. God must be doing cocaine. I hope that was okay. I took a gamble there, y'all, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole. And that was quite an optimistic, what would we say, viewpoint there. We're always hearing about all of the ozone we have in our air, and Nicole is bragging about how good it is, so that's nice to hear. Before we start with our main speaker, we have a few announcements. First, I'd like to give a shout out to the volunteers that help make this gathering possible every Sunday. We have Abhishek on technical, well, he's basically our technical advisor and volunteer coordinator. I guess that kind of defines what he's up to. And we have, Kevin on sound. It also happens to be Kevin's birthday today, so happy birthday, Kevin. And back on the welcome table, we have our favorite curmudgeon. I guess he's good for the welcome table, Mr. C.B. Forbes. He also makes our coffee for us. And our two, I guess we call you guys acting treasurers back there collecting donations. So thank you to you guys. As far as upcoming events, this Wednesday we have another book club, which will be winding up the current book, Entitlement, and we'll be preparing for the next book, which will be Childish Things by Dave Warnock. And that's special because Dave will be speaking here next month. So it's a great opportunity to read a book and then actually meet the author. On Saturday, Houston Oasians will be putting their human hands to solve human problems at books between kids. And if you want to join that effort, you can talk with Abhishek. He can help you get started with that. We will not have a bike ride on Saturday. We've been having bike rides every Saturday, basically every Saturday, except on Saturdays where we have volunteer events or bad weather. And we're also going to modify it slightly. Here in the wintertime, 11 o'clock was a great time to start, even though it was probably a little too cold at 11. And now it's getting to the point where it's too hot. So we're going to start at 9 in the morning, move it from 11 to 9, because we had daylight savings, which took an hour away, and the sun is pretty brutal at that time. And so I guess we can continue now with our main speaker. And like I said, Jeff will be talking about teaching values in the Texas prison system, and I'm greatly looking forward to hearing your talk, Jeff.
I should have this ready, I guess. Well, good morning, everybody. I used to teach in the Texas prison system from 1980 to 2002. It's called, the Texas prison system is called the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, or TDCJ. It used to be called TDC, Texas Department of Corrections, but the inmates tell me that because they never corrected anybody, they had to change the name. Stop for a laugh here. And so anyway, it's now called TDCJ. And I never worked for the prison system. I worked for the Windham school system, which is a geographically goes through the prison system, and it has teachers that are certified, the same certification you would have to teach in a public school, and their inmates are able to get their GEDs there. And when I first started, I taught music there for 10 years, and then they had to discontinue that because of the economy of the 80s. And so seeing that coming, I got a teacher's certificate in secondary English so I could teach GED classes. Now, I wrote a paper there in 1996 about a experiment I did with the inmates, and they wrote essays that are very, very interesting, and it gives you an idea of the actual words of these inmates. So I hope you will enjoy this presentation and that it will allow you to see in a world seldom seen by others. I've prefaced this with, I've created a substitute vocabulary of some terms. Oops, sorry. For example, the term wrong-minded thinking is more accessible than dysfunctional thinking, I thought. And I've also alternated the term multidimensional with the somewhat vague term holistic for the sake of clarity. Now, I'm going to read here for a while. Very simply, our purpose in teaching values in Windham is to help remove the invisible blocks that keep a person from becoming a viable part of society. Values teaching is a process that helps a student change his view of self and society, and is much like a therapeutic relationship between a psychologist and his patient, or groups of patients. While the therapist can help remove blocks, help the patient remove blocks to awareness, he cannot establish reality for him. Our function is to make a way for reality, a means that allows a willing student to change his mind regarding his values. A wrong-minded thinker can become a right-minded thinker. A good example of this would be that of a teacher helping a student to become aware of a common fundamental error, that anger brings him something that he wants. And it is further believed by such a thinker that in justifying his anger, he is protecting himself. To whatever extent he comes to realize this is an error, to that extent he has gained a right-minded concept and abandoned a wrong-minded one. It's a significant step in a student's psychological, spiritual, and social rehabilitation. Inmates do not enter the prison with this goal in mind. These concepts mean little to them, and that is why they need our help. The common inmate aim is to retain his self-concept and his concept of society exactly as it is, but without suffering the consequences. To the right-minded thinker, this objective would be impossible to achieve. But to the wrong-minded thinker, this illusion is made possible, but only at the cost of making the illusion true to himself. His aim is not to seek the truth through learning, but to always hide from the truth while seeking a different or better illusion. Our aim is to provide an environment where the veil of illusion can be lifted. We must methodically help the student to remove the blocks that he has placed remove the block he has placed in such a way as to block out the reality of right-mindedness. And now, tell you about this. I'm using using a very provocative statement, letting the inmates say this: I am a helpless victim of an unjust society, and when other people, not me, other people get their stuff together, I'll be all right. For effect, the value concept should be stated in the first person. This forces the student to really look at what his beliefs are. We are now ready to try an experiment to see how we can combine the academic discipline of essay writing with teaching values. We will look at value statement number 1 in considerable detail. The aim of using such a provocative statement such as this as a tool is to first expose the idea and to provide an atmosphere of new ideas, allowing the student to change its mind, to see the situation differently. And again, the statement is, I am a helpless victim of an unjust society, and when other people, not me, get their shit together, I'll be all right. As I presented this topic to my students, I asked them if they felt that they were victims. Many agreed. Then I asked how many thought they were non-victims. Others agreed. Several told their stories to support their convictions. I think that it is important when teaching values to get the students to clearly express their feelings. Thereby, the student feels that he can be heard, and the teacher is allowed to learn what the student's values are. I drew a line. Richard, could you put on the screen that says that it's a chart? I drew a line down the center of the chalkboard to separate ideas relating to victim consciousness from those relating to non-victim consciousness. If you look at the chart, you will notice that the sense of responsibility the victim feels is totally absent in the students who consider themselves victims. This chart was jointly prepared by my students and myself to assist in writing this essay. Looking at victim consciousness as shown on the chart is seeing it exactly as it is. It is forceful exposure. This attitude cannot help but lead to failure for the victim thinker. Chart, please. Okay. Well, in that case, maybe this would be a good time to take a break, and then we'll do the chart when we come back. Is that okay? Yeah.
Okay, everybody, we'll get to try some of CB's coffee. We'll take a little coffee break. It'll be about 10 minutes. We'll make it, we'll be back at 10:15, which is obviously 11:15. So by the wall clock, we'll be back here at 10:15.
Sometimes old friends disappear, the faces fade year after year. You know it's only time that's come between us. And
Test.
someday soon we'll make amends, and we'll put an end to their senseless separation and get back on track. Sometimes you've got to look back just to find yourself, just to see yourself. Through the meadow I see rain falling, darkened skies we cannot hide from them. Through the meadow I can hear you calling me.
Now, he has music to play. I guess you're going to do that from the Q&A? I'll ask him.
There's a painting on the wall, Jamaican plains I do recall in the springtime. And there's a woman walking by with sadness in her eyes, but I only wonder, I wonder where she's going to. There's a meadow on the hill, and if she's got some time to kill, I'm sure she'll go there. Will she see what's waiting for her? Through the meadow I see rain falling, darkened skies we can't hide from them. Through the meadow I can hear you calling me. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Huh? Oh, I want this, and then I want to read the essay that first. And then in the session, we can do the other. Yeah, okay. Will you sit here for me, Richard? Sorry? Will you sit here with me? Yeah.
Okay, good morning, everybody. We're ready to proceed. Actually, we're 5 minutes early, aren't we? Okay, sorry about that.
Stop having fun.
Yeah, I didn't even look at the wall clock myself there. I was alerted to that, but I think we can go ahead and proceed and get started here. Where's Jeff? Right here. Okay. Jeff.
Sorry about all the disorganization. I've got a whole lot of echo in my, Kevin, I've got so much echo in my mic. Is there any way of taking that out?
Echo, there's an echo sound? No, not really.
All right. Okay. I hope you can understand me. All right. Now let's look at the victim consciousness side here. The inmates helped me make this chart back in 1996. And on the victim side, victims see injustice in everything, suspicious, beliefs in many conspiracy theories. And conspiracy theories are real important to them because they can blame somebody else and they can seem wise. You know, they don't have an education, so they say that they know, you know, things that, you know, are not true, but that they're in on things. But on the non-victim side, justice seen differently, responsible for own behavior and results, sees cause and effect in his life. What happened? Oh, anyway, now over on the victim side, attitudes are always negative, but on the everything's going wrong today. I tell you, I've never had such a time trying to do. Abhishek will know.
One possible solution is we move it outdoors. People bring their chairs out and we do it outdoors. And you won't have the things, but you can do it visually and stuff. Should we do that? Maybe move outdoors. Bring your chair.
Yeah. And is there a microphone out there?
Yeah, we'll just, yeah, I think you'll have to yell, yeah.